What an amazing time to be a gamer. It's looking like 2025 is going to be stacked. As many of you probably know, last night was the 10th anniversary of the Game Awards. It was also the first time that I had ever watched a Game Awards live. And by live, I mean I sat in my living room under a blanket watching it on my projector and screamed to myself for an hour or two. It was great. I was so excited. I literally can't wait to talk about this. I don't know if I said this yet. Welcome back. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will be watching 4 trailers. I want to watch The Witcher 4. Can't believe I just said that out loud still. The Outer Worlds 2, Mafia, the Old Country, and Intergalactic. I figured instead of creating 4 separate videos, I would just cover all of them in one so that I'm not bombarding people. Even though I did watch some of these trailers live, I'm gonna be honest with you. Since they started off the entire awards show with such a heavy hitter like The Witcher 4, everything after that was like wah, 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 wah. I couldn't focus. Plus, I want to sit here and talk about it with all of you because I like video games. I like talking about them. I like playing them. So, yeah. Alrighty, no more chatter. I cannot wait to watch The Witcher 4. Okay, let's go. Be cool, guys. Be cool. All right. So much energy. Actually, speaking of energy. It was so addictive to scroll through social media as I was watching the Game Awards, and I was literally live tweeting, and if you follow me, I apologize not. I will never be sorry for being excited. All right, let's jump in.
Dearest daughter, I've watched ye grow. From a devilishly curious child into a remarkable young lass with much grace, wisdom, and kindness. Take the easy times what shape us, nay.
I will say really quick, like watching it the second time actually hits way different. I was also watching this in real time and just so confused with what was going on, and I had so many guesses running through my head. I wasn't listening to the narration. So now I'm starting to wonder, and I'm sure we'll find this out later, but I'm starting to wonder, like, who is this person talking about? Are they talking about the person who's currently being washed? Or okay, let's just watch. Let's just watch.
'Tis how we rise to face the hard times. What does that for us?
I remember seeing the sword and I was like, Witcher? Witcher? This part I was like,
Heart of gold.
Witcher?
You've the spirit to overcome adversities aplenty. Darling. Sweeten.
This part had me confused
Today's the day. Ye fill out your destiny.
So they're talking about this person with the crown. This part gave it away. I was like, it's the Witcher! CD Projekt Red, like, yes, please. Absolutely stunning. Stunning.
Forgive me, daughter. 'Twere my only choice.
I shall be the bringer of salvation.
So she's sacrificing
Witcher?
herself.
Witcher!
And then obviously this.
Nay, you can't. 'Tis tradition. Chosen she is, by the gods.
No!
Hell yes.
You chose her.
So excited. Just stunning. They had no business going this hard. Right at the beginning. When they said the word Witcher, I lost my mind.
Back to the village. Go, now.
Nay! I must save them! Save the village!
Save yourself!
She's gonna be so badass. I'm so excited.
Run! To shelter! To your father! Run!
Excuse me, I'm just gonna wear my hair in a braid every single day for the next 2 years. I must have zoned out at some part. I don't remember this being so long. I think I was freaking out and just my brain shut off. Oh, heck! What? Oh, I don't remember. I must have... Yeah. I must have, like, zoned out completely. What fate?
You cannot change anything.
What? The music. The music of The Witcher, though. The Witcher stuff, so good. Got our trophy. I don't remember this part at all. I don't remember this.
She went to go to the woods. The chosen one. It's tradition.
I must have been like
Oh no.
panic tweeting.
No.
I don't remember this. Who the? Is that the girl that she saved?
It's all we wanted. For her to go to the woods. To go to the gods.
Gods? There are no gods here. There are only monsters.
Ooh. They set the bar so high with that one. Yeah, so at some point during that trailer, I must have either zoned out or like took to Twitter and just started panic tweeting my excitement. I don't remember the end there. Okay, so for some context, because you probably are wondering, what is my experience with the Witcher franchise? Okay, I own the entire box set of all the books. However, I only read a little bit of the first one. I'm somebody who enjoys audiobooks, so I think before finishing The Witcher 3, which I'll get to that in a little bit, I really want to understand more of the world and the lore. Like, I enjoy things more when I can understand exactly what's going on and the motivation behind the characters. I have seen the first 2 seasons of the Netflix show. As far as the game goes, I have started it a couple times, but I never made it very far. I think there's a couple reasons for that. Like I said before, I have an easier time enjoying things when I can understand the world and get fully immersed. And I remember thinking to myself when I started playing The Witcher 3, it felt like I was walking into this world that was already fully fleshed out that I didn't understand. For example, it's as if somebody who is brand new to the Harry Potter or the Lord of the Rings franchise. Imagine you're brand new to those series and you sit down and you watch the 7th Harry Potter movie for the first time, or you watch Return of the King, right? Without having watched the first two. It just felt like I was missing so much context, where if I had that context, I would have enjoyed it so much more. Anyway, there is my excuse. I hope that made sense. So I think going forward, especially before The Witcher 4 drops, my hopeful plan is to read the entire book series. I don't know how plausible that is, but I'm gonna try. I think if I have the assistance of audiobooks with the book, I think I'll be able to blow through it really quickly. I liked the show for what it was, but I think I want to rely more on the source material for all of the lore and context. I think all of this stuff becomes so much more fun when I have some research to do. I do that with a lot of games. I did that for God of War. When I got into God of War, I became really obsessed with Norse mythology, so I read Norse mythology by Neil Gaiman. I just did that recently with the Batman franchise. I started playing the Batman Arkham series for the first time, was a brand new Batman fan. Then fast forward several months, I'm not an expert, but I'm very proud of my Batman comic collection. And now I've seen almost all the movies. I still have the TV show to watch, but I know so much more about Batman than I did before. This is not a video about Batman. I'm starting to ramble. Okay, let's get to the next trailer. I think you get the idea. So the TLDR, I am so excited for The Witcher 4. I'm also excited to jump back into The Witcher 3 and finish it. But I think I'm even more excited to do my research, read the books, so that I can play both games and have a way better understanding of what's going on. The next trailer that I want to watch is The Outer Worlds 2 first gameplay trailer. And watching this will be a totally blind experience because I was so excited by the time they got to this, and I got sucked into my phone. I was scrolling through social media. I wasn't paying attention, unfortunately, but that means we get to watch it now. I'm already very excited for this game because I did play The Outer Worlds and I loved it. I'm also a huge fan of Obsidian, and what's so cool is they're gonna have a crazy year in 2025. They have Avowed, and now apparently they're releasing The Outer Worlds 2 in the same year. Anyway, let's jump in. Space, the final frontier.
From the studio that brought you Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, Part 2.
That's right!
Neverwinter Nights, Part 2. And Fallout 3, Part 2. New Vegas.
I was gonna say, hello,
Comes
New
a
Vegas.
completely original Part 2. And like all good sequels, we've included everything that should have been in the first game.
I love their sense of humor with this.
Action. More weapons. And more graphics.
And more.
Get ready for an adventure that took 3 times longer to make, but will almost certainly be 2 times bigger.
Baby, 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 you ain't seen nothing yet.
Baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet.
Here's something that you never gonna forget.
I forgot that these games were funny and satirical. I love lighthearted things that don't take themselves seriously.
2025. Welcome back to the future. Try not to break it.
Again.
The Outer Worlds 2.
I'm not interested in hiring any more idiots. I'm looking for people of tact and vision and perspicacity.
Oh, well then I guess I can't play this game. I think my favorite part of that trailer was it's always like the stuff in between what's being said, that's the funny stuff. That trailer was a pure comedy gold, and I appreciate it. All of these games that I'm going to be covering today, they're all games that I would love to play on the channel and do full playthroughs of. I know that is a large undertaking, but I am up to the challenge. Unfortunately, it's been a really long time since I played the first Outer Worlds. I do not have a playthrough of it on my channel, and I think that is just devastating. And for continuity reasons, if I'm gonna do a playthrough of the Outer Worlds 2, I feel like I need to have a playthrough of the first one. And it's been so long since I've played it, I remember absolutely nothing, and there was also, I think, a DLC that dropped for that game that I never played, so it would make sense to, you know, do a full playthrough. But Miranda, you still have to play Cyberpunk and Stray and Astrobot and The Witcher 3 and heck, why not Skyrim for the 23rd time? I know. I am somebody who often bites off more than they can chew, and then I end up regretting it later. But I love Obsidian, and I don't think I've ever played a game by them that I did not absolutely love. New Vegas was my ultimate obsession when I was a teenager. I loved every single second of that game. I explored every square inch of that map. The amount of time I spent gambling on the strip as a child, let's just say I'm glad this was virtual gambling, but I honestly love Obsidian. I loved The Outer Worlds 1. I loved New Vegas. I'm pretty sure that's the only games I've played by them, but I'm sure all of the other ones are great too. As a Star Wars fan, I regret to say out loud that I've never played the Knights of the Old Republic or the Old Republic 2. Whatever they said at the beginning of that trailer, I haven't played that one. I tend to get the MMO, the Star Wars MMO, and that game that they mentioned. I tend to get those mixed up. Anyway, that's besides the point. Moving on. Next up is Mafia, the Old Country. I have never played a Mafia game, even though I own all 3 definitive editions on Steam. So before I even touch this game, I am challenging myself to play all 3. And my goal is to, of course, share it on the channel. All right, let's jump in.
All of the men in this room are bound by blood. This is a family. And in this family, we follow a code of honor. It is not forgiving.
Every game so far has looked gorgeous.
Is to betray all. Do you wish to commit yourself, your life, to this family?
I do.
Oh my god, it's gorgeous!
To become a man of honor, repeat these words.
I swear my loyalty to this family. My flesh has to burn like this saint. If I do not keep my oath.
Welcome, Enzo.
Is this gonna get emotional? Oh, this looks so good! Coming summer of 2025. I'm gonna have to clear my entire schedule for next year. Honestly, there are way too many games coming out next year. I don't know if I'll be able to keep up. I already have a significant backlog. I really don't want to think about it. What I will say is I love period stuff. And what I mean by that is basically anything that's not set in modern times. When I play a game, I want to fully escape the real modern world. That's why I love fantasy and sci-fi and period pieces, because they're all genres and eras that I can't experience in real life. I love the old-fashioned cars, and then when I saw the horse, I was immediately reminded of Red Dead Redemption 2, one of my favorite games. But for this game specifically, I'm just excited to go back in time. But again, before I touch this game, I would really like to play through the first 3 games. Last but certainly not least, we have Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet. I did watch this trailer live, and the entire time I was like, is this Naughty Dog? Is this Naughty? This has to be Naughty Dog. But I was so focused on picking up any hints or clues that would tell me if it was a Naughty Dog game. But I'm gonna say this right now, I personally am very excited for a brand new IP from Naughty Dog. I think I've played most of their games at this point with The Last of Us Part 1 and Part 2. I played the entire Uncharted series on my channel. It's one of my favorite gaming franchises of all time. Alrighty, let's jump in. PlayStation. This part really threw me. I was like, what could this be? The suffering of generations must be endured to achieve our divine end. Again, this threw me. I was like, what is going on? I thought No Man's Sky for a second. I was like, new No Man's Sky update? What is this? Then this was where I was like, nope, not No Man's Sky. Definitely not No Man's Sky. Nope. And then I saw the word Porsche and blew my mind. What could this be? I recognize that person too from like a show or a movie. But then the graphics kind of gave it away a little bit. I was like, I think this might be Naughty Dog.
Tell me something good.
Well, you're right, it checks out. He's hiding out around this Imperium moon.
Excellent.
How is that excellent? He's next to fucking Imperia. No one has left that planet in over 600 years. Anyone who even flies close to it is never heard from again.
Superstitions.
No,
Oh, so it's like a dead zone.
Superstitions are the crazy rumors about what happened on that planet. These are facts.
You worry too much.
You know what I worry just the right amount.
They're like, couldn't happen to me. Nope.
Or how about we find a new lead? He's not worth it.
He's not worth it?
I'm wasting my time, aren't I?
The person on the dashboard,
you
who
please
I also
stand up?
recognize?
I don't need another hunter swooping in.
Who is swooping? No one is crazy enough to go there.
He clearly is.
He is clearly desperate.
And so am I, so claim him, or I will find another agent.
Yeah, that's what deal with your fucking shit. Okay, alright, you know what? There, you're the boss.
I love the acting. Bounty hunter.
Thank you.
Listen, kid. I'll see you on the other side.
Will you, though? Come on, get to the part where it gave it away for me. This is when I lost my mind. When I saw this dashboard and I saw Sony, I was like, Naughty Dog, that's it. That's all I needed to see. Sony. Sony is what gave it away. I love all of the brand references, to be honest. Again, kind of nostalgic, like Porsche, Adidas, even though I don't know if I'll ever own a Porsche in my life. From the studio that brought you. This, oh my god, I was losing it. The Last of Us, Uncharted, some of the best games I've ever played. I think this is where my brain checked out. Oh, well, it's over anyway. I love like the retro, like Stranger Things vibe. Yes. Yes. Naughty Dog. I can't wait. There you have it. Those are the 4 main trailers that I wanted to discuss. I know there were so many more trailers that were dropped, but I wanted to focus primarily on the ones that I would be more likely to share here on the channel. I don't share every game that I play on the channel because I do think it's important to still have something for yourself. And these were just the games that were announced at the Game Awards. I know there's so many other games that were not talked about that will be releasing in 2025. This may come as no shock to you, especially if you've been around my channel for a while. My most anticipated game for 2025 is GTA 6. I don't think we got a release time period at all for Intergalactic, but my guess is that it's not going to be released in 2025. I think we can all agree that The Witcher 4 is also a long way off, but I'm also really looking forward to Avowed, The Outer Worlds. I always want to say Outer Wilds, which is, again, another game I haven't played yet. Another honorable mention that was shown at the Game Awards, and this is a game that I have been following for a really long time, is Crimson Desert. I don't know if that's one that I will play here on the channel, but I will be playing it regardless. There are 2 other games that weren't mentioned at the Game Awards that are allegedly dropping in 2025. The first one is Doom: The Dark Ages. I was obsessed with Doom 2016 and even more obsessed with Doom Eternal. I love both games, but my God, I had so much fun playing Eternal. Not to mention the soundtracks from both games. Chef's kiss. And the second one is Ghost of Yotei. At least I don't think that was mentioned during the Game Awards. I think it was briefly talked about under the category of most anticipated game for 2025, but of course, GTA 6 won. But to be honest, I'm not really a huge fan of awards. I think every game is great and one is not better than the other and all of it's subjective anyway. So one person might be really looking forward to GTA 6, but another person might be looking forward to Ghost of Yotei even more. It's all up to you. Frankly, I'm excited to play all of them. I don't care. I just need to clone myself, sprout more arms, or we need to all come together collectively and invent more hours in the day. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what your favorite moment was from the 10th anniversary of the Game Awards. Mine was when Harrison Ford came out on stage. I fangirled on my couch so hard. Speaking of Harrison Ford and Indiana Jones, which is why he came out in the first place, I am currently playing Indiana Jones in the Great Circle, and it is currently my game of the year for 2025. I know Astrobot won. I haven't played it yet, but I think when I end up playing both and complete both, it's gonna be tied between those 2. Also, huge congratulations to Astrobot for winning Game of the Year. I just recently played Astro's Playroom for the first time ever not too long ago. I was blown away by how much fun that game was, which is why even though I haven't played Astrobot yet, I was seriously rooting for that game to win. But Indiana Jones and Astrobot are 2 titles that are more than deserving of all of the hype and praise that they're getting. And looking back on this year, 2024, we were spoiled. Any game that you choose to play, from Stellar Blade to Indiana Jones to Astrobot, it's all a win-win. It's my humble opinion that gaming is here to bring so many people together, and there's so much joy and art that goes into every single game. You can tell from a lot of the games that released this year alone that there was so much passion behind every single project, and I'm even more hyped for 2025 and the future of gaming in general. Once again, thank you so much for watching this. I cannot wait to see you guys geeking out with me in the comments. What's your most anticipated game for 2025? I think you guys already know mine, but once again, I am excited to play all the games. Speaking of games, I'm gonna go play one right after this. Have a wonderful day full of good vibes and video games, and I will see you very, very soon.